Hello, everyone. I would like to resume talking about Hey on episodes. This one's about Helga spending time with her father. The episode begins with the end of the school day with Arnold asking Helga how she's going to spend her spring break. Helga stated that she wants to go see a wrestling match. She gets way too cocky thinking that she's going to get tickets that she herself just stated that already been sold out, but she claims that she will still be there. At her house, as the family's eating, Big Boss Helga tells Miriam that they are both going to be at home all week since neither got to worry about work or school for the entire week. Miriam is noticeably upset about it, so when the next day had passed, Miriam reveals that she's going to see her mother, which is just her excuse to avoid dealing with the two who are going to be at home. Judging by their reactions, Helga and Bob wants Miriam to be there to do things for them and avoiding needing to do things with each other. Miriam suggests that Bob spend time with Helga, and I find it just funny of his reaction. Like it's the most absurd thing that his wife ever told him. After Miriam leaves, Bob and Helga both show that they think alike, as they both wonder how they're going to survive the week with each other. Helga leaves, and we begin to see all the flaws of Bob being her fault. They feel more like unwanted roommates as Helga leaves the house to do her own thing and not really having anything to say. Then there is buying groceries, which neither of them had ever done before. Bob at first just picked up whatever food that he thinks is good, with Helga telling him repeatedly that she doesn't like any of them. You would think she's just being a typical child, as I have my own dislike of food when it comes down to my parent picking and cooking, until he's about to buy the kind of food that she's allergic to. She doesn't. When Helga tells him that he doesn't know anything about her, he's saying that she's a kid and what's there to know is pretty low. There's plenty to know about your child, and not knowing them just makes you completely neglectful and apathetic about them. No real connections. Bob continues to take Helga to places that he wants to go to, like shopping for clothes for himself and the barbershop, which I understand from Helga since I want to be left at home if my parents are wasting my time doing things like that. The final straw for Helga is Bob taking her on a pony ride that she no longer likes, and she tells Bob to leave her alone after the awful day she had with him after she embarrassed herself in front of Arnold. After Bob overhears Helga on the phone with Phoebe, who Helga orders to get the sold out tickets, Phoebe reveals that she failed to get the tickets to the show, and Helga expresses her turmoil and spending time with her father, calling it a joke that she thinks that they're actually bonding when they're not. This is the first time Bob actually feels sorry for his actions. He got to look at his family album, and he is disturbed to see that Helga has no happy expression in any of the pictures. Bob goes to Helga's room while she is sleeping, and where he takes the flyer from her to make things right. The next day, he takes her to where he thinks she wants to see as they made it to the musical called Rats. Helga, of course, is weirded out, but it's revealed that Bob mistaken the show that she wanted since the Rats plays on the same flyer on the other side. While she's secretly disappointed, she was touched by the fact that her father actually pulled in some connections and favors to get the tickets at all. So she thanks him, and they both endure the play. The two finally bonded watching the musical, which they thought was awful, just laughing at the concept of the play itself as the episode ends with the two using the same line and being rude together. My final thoughts on the episode is that Muriel is awful for needing to find a way to get away from her husband and daughter. Granted, I would not do the chores that Bob was going to have her do since he is rich and he can afford to hire a servant to do the work for him, but having this moment making Miriam fearful of what's to come is both funny and disturbing at the same time. It made no sense that Bob and Helga don't get along more because they add more light than they know. If Olga wasn't made to be a winner all the time, Bob and Olga would have absolutely nothing in common. Helga has both talent and a tough personality that would make her a true winner in her father's eye if he bothers to pay attention. I guess that's the line most family relationships where the person who you can have the most special bond with is right in front of you and you never notice. That is all, folks. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and please share the video with your friends.